All right, what is happening in the real estate market is nothing to laugh at. It's going to be incredibly ugly very soon. And it's something I warned about 2 years ago because there's nothing that you can, if you don't know what's coming well ahead of time, you won't have time to prepare for it. So we're going to talk about what's actually happening right now. And that is uh, homeowners are now completely underwater. Home prices are falling all around the country. It's happening right before your eyes. I want to talk about what you can do to prepare and get ready for it, and how you're going to make a lot of money from it because people are going to lose their minds. I also am feeling a sea change, a shift in mentality, and I'm going to use my current situation remodeling a home and the people I'm working with as an example for that. When I talk about real estate cycles and real estate crash, booms and busts, it's important to know that things take a lot of time. And there are a lot of people, and I would chalk them up to being simpletons because they don't understand what I'm talking about, yet they talk like they do, or they think, hey, you said this was going to happen a year ago. It did. Crashes actually happen, like what happened in the Great Recession in 2008. It actually happened in 2005. It actually just took that long for the majority of the public to figure it out. And by then, all of the billionaires, CEO, C-suite execs were exiting, and everyone else was left with the bag. I don't like that. And it's incredible sometimes some of the comments I get, and I don't dwell on them because I'm making money from this right now. But I want to help a majority of the people that want to be able to figure this out. So as I dump into this, I'm going to put the real estate crash course and cycles course over 90% off. The link is down below. I'll probably just run it today and then can't turn it off. If you want to learn about real estate cycles and how you can prepare for this and how to identify these parts, that course is down below. It's, I believe, one of the best selling courses we've ever done, and it's gotten rave reviews. All right. Now here's the story out of Quartz. They bought homes during the pandemic. Now they're underwater and stuck. A growing number of American homeowners are now finding themselves underwater. Here's what it means for the economy. A growing number of American homeowners now owe more on their mortgages than their homes are worth, a condition known as being underwater. So let me repeat this little portion again. A growing number of American homeowners now owe more on their mortgages than their homes are worth. That's because the prices are falling. Inventory is exploding. This is what we've been waiting for. It says, while still a small share of the overall market, the shift is most visible in places such as Cape Coral, Florida, which 7.8% of mortgages are underwater. Austin, Texas, 4.2%, and San Antonio, Texas, 4.3%. Now, please understand, those numbers sound small, right? When they hit 10%, when they hit double digits, people are going to panic. And please know that things are changing rapidly because of the insane amount of homes that are hitting the market all around the country. If you have been watching homes, explode onto the market as far as, the amount of homes, type 1 down below. Type 2 if you're like, no, Ninja, not in my area. I bet you if you look down in the comment section, you're going to see a ton of ones firing off because people are paying attention. Neil, one of our, everyone say hi to Neil, one of our amazing moderators here, he sends me stuff all the time where he's seeing prices drop significantly and how much they had sold for a mere 3 or 4 years ago and now what they're asking now. It is absolutely insane how many homes are hitting the market, and it's only going to get better. Now, before I dive a little deeper into this, I'm going to share a story of what's going on with my home. I am seeing so many builders that are not paying attention, or people in the trades that are not paying attention to little, what's it called? Little tiny details, right? I'm talking to other people, with building projects in the area that I live in, and they're seeing the same things, the details. And one of the details is just calling people back. You see, there's still this boom of construction because the new home builders have sucked up a ton of people in the trades to build these homes. But they're completely underwater. They cannot survive. I know people that work really high up at some of the largest builders in the country, and they are begging their subs to take discounts. Like, please discount your work to us. We promise we will discount the home price. We'll pass it on to the seller, the buyer, but we can't sell the homes. And so what's happening for people like myself wanting to contact people to help work on my house, they're not calling back. And then they say, oh yeah, I'll show up tomorrow. They never show up. And it's not just me. I'm talking to people that have big projects in my area. They're saying they're seeing the same thing. I saw this exact same thing play out in 2006. And then all of a sudden, almost overnight, jobs dried up. And it's this sort of shift that's happening. I'm seeing a shift happening to where just in the last like week or two, contractors are calling me say, hey, I've got time freed up. And three of them called within the same amount of time. Hey, I'm ready now. I'm like, that's interesting, because it harkens me back to July of 2008. And if you watch the movie The Big Short, there's a scene where Timothy Geithner is, not The Big Short, it was another one. I'm blanking on the movie, but the character playing Timothy Geithner was jogging through Wall Street, and he's looking at, the numbers on Wall Street and businesses going by, and he all of a sudden stops and makes a phone call, or he gets a call, and he goes, it's happening. It just shifted. And it was like overnight. I saw it with the palm tree side hustle, tractor side hustle. There was times where it was just like in 1 week, the phone stopped ringing. It was just, is done. And I honestly believe that we are here right now. Let me ask you this, just yes or no, are you seeing the same thing? Like in the last couple of weeks, something in the atmosphere is shifting. Something has changed. And I believe that with not only the war in Iran, with the trade, the tariffs, and with this massive shock to the stock market that just happened like 12 weeks ago, 10th largest downturn in the S&P's history, right? And now it's popped up. But like instantly, I think everyone's shell shocked. Something's happening. People are like, something's not good. And these headlines for real estate are getting worse and worse and worse. There's more doom and gloom, right? It's funny. I'll do a video sometimes and I will make the title of the video the exact title that I'm reading from mainstream media. And there are people screaming at me like, your title's clickbait. And I'm like, are you that? No, think about this. I'm not talking to 99 out of 100 of you, but there's this one dude out there. He ain't that bright. Type 10 if you agree with that. You like the 99 out of 100 people watching this video are intelligent and know what's going on. There's this one dude out there. He's usually the guy that goes, yep, this dude's always wrong. I stopped listening to him forever, watching his videos. So like, then why are you commenting? You're watching his video. He's not that bright, okay? He eats paste. He lives with his mom. It just makes him feel good to complain, right? But he'll say something, that one dude will say something like, your title's clickbait. I'm like, I didn't say it. The mainstream media said it. So if you think this is doom and gloom, most of the time, it's just me putting out what's in the article. Now it says here, and if you want to learn about this, I'm not joking. If you've never seen any of the educational stuff I put out, because I own a financial education company, and just, you know what my credentials are? I failed high school. I failed out of college. I barely got into junior college. I was a horrible student growing up. How do you like this bio? But I made my first $1 million in real estate by the time I was 25 years old, 26. Became an accredited investor, and I've done a lot of other stuff since then. So that's my bio, okay? But I have a lot of students down there. If anyone's taken the real estate crash course and you got value out of it and it changed the way you think, can you do me a favor and just put it down in the comments below? So maybe we can wake some more people up, because that's what I want to do, okay? It says here, all of these markets that we talked about earlier, San Antonio, Austin, and Cape Coral, and there's a lot more, right? These were hot markets during the pandemic housing boom, but now home prices are pulling back sharply, leaving recent buyers stuck and anxious. An Atlanta-based real estate agent, Tim Herr, told the Wall Street Journal that he's seeing more people willing to sell at a loss because they are fearful their equity will turn negative. So now think about this. This is happening right now before your eyes. The only question is, are you going to do something about it? So I said in the beginning of the video, what can you do to make money about this? Okay, first things first, stop spending money. All right, this isn't the time to be blowing money. All right, the shift is happening, and people are I go on Facebook right now, and people are selling their finest, nicest stuff. I've told you, I'm going to buy a Rolls Royce, right? Because oh, it's horrible. I was praying about this morning. I'm like, I want to change more people's lives, right? And it's really sad because a lot of humans are creatures of habit, and they only follow people that are fake gurus. There's so many fake gurus out there. I just came across a company that rents private jet fuselages. I kid you not, private jet fuselages so that influencers can lie and pretend that they're rich, and they sell you stuff. You see, I'm the total opposite. I don't want to do all that stuff, but I do want my financial education company more successful. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go write a check for Rolls Royce, but I'm going to get a deal because think about this. This is what's scary. I've talked to some people in the industry that do social media, right? And we make about the same amount of money. The only difference is they're driving around in, Bentleys and Rolls Royces, and they're wearing fine tailored suits. And they said, yeah, I remember when I used to do videos like yours. Nobody was buying my stuff, and then all of a sudden I showed up in this, and my sales 10x. I'm like, I hate that this is how humans act. They don't try anything. They're not, this is the difference between successful people and not successful people. Successful people, let's start with non-successful. Have you ever, type yes or no, have you ever like experienced something really exciting financially, and you go tell your family and friends, and they're immediately telling you why it's not going to work, it's a scam, and how it's going to fail? You guys have that happen? Do you want to know why they're not successful? And you're just trying to share something with them that's amazing. Oh my gosh, I just invest in this. It's going to be great and all stuff, right? It's like Bitcoin. Me trying to tell everyone about Bitcoin when it was even on this channel at $2,800 a Bitcoin. I'm like, guys, you should buy these because they're going to be 100 grand before you know it. Because failures, people that are not successful, their triggering safety mechanism is to explain why everything's a scam and how it's going to fail, because if they don't do it, then they have no risk, which means they know where their life's going to go. Nowhere. Successful people, what they do is they are more afraid when they hear something that they're going to miss an opportunity, because they've already had that multiple opportunities that they've taken and they've won. Yeah, sure, there's opportunities that they've taken and failed, but they learn from those. And so a successful person, I was talking to a Count the other day, a Count, not the one from Sesame Street, a real Count. He was a very wealthy person, right? Drove a Bentley and all stuff. And I didn't know he was a Count. Dressed very nice. I figured he was a billionaire when I saw him. But anyway, a couple days later, we're talking, and he asked me what I thought about the president, and I just freaking love him. Just like, what do you think? I didn't care what he thought of me. But he leaned in. He's like, tell me more. And so I'm like, oh, we got ourselves an intelligent person here. And so for the next 2 days, we had some incredible talks. But it's because he's successful. He's a real estate developer as well. He doesn't, everything I was coming out with, he would ask questions. He was inquisitive. That's what successful people do. But the facts are, most people aren't successful because of the way they look at opportunities or how they see opportunities. I just invested with 2 amazing, I believe, rock star companies. I can't wait. They're both from subscribers that I met at a convention at different times. Because, when I meet people, and I know this is going off on a tangent, but type 3 if this is helping, if this is sort of making sense. I go to a convention. When someone comes up to me and they say, hey, Ninja, can I get a photo with you? I usually take a photo and then I stop. If any of you guys have ever met me and take photos with me, you guys know this is true. I go, hey, so what do you do for a living? And then they tell me, and I'm like, oh, do you work for the company? Do you own a company? What are your dreams, your aspirations? And most people are like, I can't believe you stopped to talk to me. Well, the reason why I do that is twofold, because I want to make your day. Whoever I meet all around the world, I want to make your day. Like, I have the opportunity to make you smile or laugh. Freaking let's do this, because if I'm in a bad mood, it's going to put me in a good mood, because I know what it's like to want to meet somebody that I like, and I know what it's like to get my head shoved down in the mud. Kiyosaki did that one time. He regrets it. Anyway, point being, my point is that then I'm also asking questions. Oh, you own your own business. What do you do? And then I look for opportunities to invest. I am constantly buying parts of businesses, and I want to invest, especially in my subscribers, right? Because they're similar to me. They're ambitious. They're excited. They're hopeful. These are the type of human beings I want to be around, right? And so I want to ask questions because I want to look for opportunities where most people wouldn't. Now, in real estate, that's what you need to be doing right now. Stop spending money. Calm back, regress, pay off some debt, get your financial household in order, get your balance sheet, your financial balance sheet in order, and look really good on paper, get your credit score up, because there's going to be so many deals. I don't want you sitting on the sideline and go, I didn't listen to Ninja. He was telling me this. He's been telling me this for 2 years. Now it's in the media. I mean, there are so many, and I tell you this all the time, and it's not to brag. I'm more pumped and excited than I guarantee you are, but there are extremely successful people that watch this channel for like 4 years. We're talking like millionaires, centimillionaires, and billionaires. I've met a handful of them. I know there's more out there. I hear about some, from friends and stuff. And my point being is, the reason why I say that is because everything I say is just straight common sense, right? I know I get goofy sometimes and saying and do stupid stuff. That's always me. Even when you see me sitting in a Rolls Royce, I'm gonna still be goofy. It's just me. I don't take a whole lot of things too serious, especially myself, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not trying to impress a bunch of people I don't have respect for. Um, but I have respect for every single person watching this that is trying to live a better life, both personally and financially, than they had a week ago or a year ago. I have extreme, no matter where you are financially, I have extreme respect for that. And you're the type of person, and do me a favor, say that's me. If you're the type of person that no matter where you are, you're just trying to better yourself. If you say that's me, you're the type of person I want to be around. You're the type of person I want to inspire. You're the type of person I want to make laugh. You're the type of person that's going to absolutely crush it. No matter where you live in the country, in the world, you're going to freaking crush it. And I hope to meet you someday. I really genuinely mean that. I told my wife when we started the YouTube channel, don't get emotional about this, but I said, we're going to have friends everywhere we go in life, and anywhere in the world, because what's going to happen is like attracts like, and we're all going to go freaking dominate it. Now, if you want to dominate in real estate, you want to learn about real estate cycles, I can guarantee you there's no class like this in the world. It will pay dividends for decades and decades, well beyond any college course you can ever take. It's called the Real Estate Crash Course. Links down below. It's over 90% off. I want to be honest with you, the reason why I dropped it so much, I want to bring in a bunch of new students, and I want to impress you with the content to where if I could get you thinking differently from one course, you know what's going to happen? You're going to say, what's next, Ninja? And I'm going to go, let's go do this. And then let's go do that. And then you're going to follow, not in a bad way, because I have mentors, and what I love about them, one of them, his name's Bill. He doesn't even like his own name, but I call him William because that's very royal. Just try and guess who that is. He has been such an inspiration in my life and changed my life because he's changed the way I think, my thinking process. And now I'm looking, and me and him are always looking for more mentors, in our lives. Anyway, long story short, you're going to crush it. If you want the course, it's over 90% off. Real estate is crashing. I don't care what your real estate agent tells you. Oh, just so you know, there's a lot of real estate agents in this channel. And hey, do some self-promotion. If you're a real estate agent and you know that this crash is happening and you have a hard time lying to because I hear about it all the time from real estate agents that follow this channel. Like, I'm being honest because I'd rather build relationships with my clients for life rather than just sell them a house right now. Do me a favor, or do yourself a favor too. Put your information down below and what city you're in, and then people can look at, there's be thousands of people watch this. Maybe you can get some more clients that way. That's what I want to see people do. Okay, so Ninja Nation is a totally different breed of human being. They're just gonna kill it. You're killing it already. You're getting out of debt. You're absolutely dominating it. So if you want to find a real estate agent all over the country that thinks like you do, watch, they're going to be putting their info down below. Read it in the comments. Oh, and just so you know, I'm never going to ask you for money in the comment section or tell you I'm going to invest your money. I got a hard enough time investing my own. So those are all scammers just wanting to lie, steal, and cheat you. So those, but the real estate agents, they're different. All right, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.